What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy ProCat, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you how to get your first earnings in chapter 5. So this is going to be pretty simple, it's just going to be a big explanation of guns, attachments, and the new techniques you're going to have to use to get into zone faster, stuff like that. So before we get started, make sure you go down, like and subscribe, comment down below if you know any of these already, and let's get straight into the video. So first up, let's talk about the new guns and attachment system. Every weapon in Fortnite now has several variants it can come in. Something very important to know about these variants is they have absolutely zero effect on your gun's stats. Variants basically just come with varying different attachments equipped. So for example, the cover fire one comes with a drum mag. It seems like each variant has a chance to spawn with different random attachments and some guaranteed ones. So for instance, the covert ops variant seems to always come with a suppressor, but has a chance to spawn with other attachments. First things first, let's start with guns. Before we get into the individual attachments, the overall strategy you are going to want to apply with your guns is trying to pick up variants with as many of these as possible. Because in tournaments, you will not be spawning with much gold, meaning you're going to have to make every single bar count. Now let's get into the specs. The obvious pick for your shotgun is going to be the hammer pump. This thing has some decent damage and great range, and it's a high damage pump, which of course makes it the top pick for all things build fights. As for attachments, you really don't need any sort of scope, as all action is going to be hip fire with this thing. If you have the extra gold, there's no reason not to get a speed mag, but it's not really an essential at any point. Your underbarrel attachment is going to be the laser for the hip fire accuracy buff, and finally you're going to want the muzzle brake for your barrel attachment. Now we've gotten the easy stuff out of the way, let's move on to SMGs. While the burst SMG had a good run, the pure amount of damage the hyper SMG spits out is unbeatable, and in my opinion this is one of the best SMGs of all time. Whether or not you put a scope on this is up to you, but I would advise against it, as once again just a waste of gold, as most of this gun's action will be hip fire. Whether you go for a speed mag or a drum mag is up to you, as the speed mag will let you get the quick reload off, but the drum mag might make it to where you don't need to reload at all. Once again, you're going to want the laser and muzzle brake as your other attachments. Finally, for your assault rifle, you will want the Nemesis. It was a close one, but I finally came to the conclusion that the speed that the striker AR puts out is not worth the amount of recoil, and at the end of the day, your AR is going to be your ranged weapon, not your submachine gun. The Nemesis' steady aim and high damage makes it a top choice for any lobby. For your optic, I would honestly recommend the 4x optic, though the 2x is also a viable option if you don't feel comfortable with that much zoom. Other than your optic, once again, you're going to want a speed mag. You're also going to want a vertical foregrip so you can improve your recoil and spread, and a muzzle brake, once again, to improve your recoil. I personally think a sniper is completely unnecessary this season. If you're a sniper lover, then go for it, but I honestly recommend having 2 slots of heals, or if you are coordinating inventory with your team, 1 slot of heals and shockwaves. Now we've covered the guns, let's get into strategy. With the new nerf on walking this chapter, you need to make sure that you are on your way to zone fairly quickly or have a lot of health heals. Medallions are an absolute must-have this season, as the constant shield heals means you can free up a slot for shockwaves so you can have better mobility, which opens up options to not have to fast rotate into zone. The best heal you want to carry this season is probably going to be Chug Splash, especially if you have a medallion. Personally, I would recommend carrying 2 stacks until you've secured a medallion for yourself. If you can get your hands on Slurpfish, that's a much better heal to carry, as you will be carrying the same amount of health but able to use it faster. However, again, I cannot emphasize the importance of early rotation this season, as you do not have the same leisure time you used to have. For duos cups, you could coordinate with your teammate to carry rotation items, snipers, and heals at the same time, as if you stick close enough to your teammate, you can share the chug splashes. In 0 build cups, exchange your mobility items for riot shields, as the cover is definitely worth it. Other than that, pretty much everything is the same, and if you stick to this, you'll probably get yourself some money. Thanks for watching, see you around.